Hey everyone, welcome to this unique and special shout out video that we have for you today. This short video that we have is basically that it's just one mega big shout out to one mega special person. But before we get into that, I want to quickly start by saying, I want to actually apologize for the inconsistency that we've had with our uploads and our videos on our channel, and I have been really busy with a lot of things happening right now, so I hope you can understand and kindly do bear with us when we go on like a mini hiatus. But I also want to thank all the people who continue to support the channel and like, share, subscribe, and who write to us and stuff like that. So thank you and apologies both. So with that out of the way, let's get down to business. Like I mentioned, today's the short video is just one big mega shout out. And so this special edition shout out goes out to none other than our very own legend, METHANEILIE. Now, for those of you who may not know who METHANEILIE is, I will just quickly tell you a little bit about him without getting into too much detail and all that. So he is a very famous singer, songwriter, composer. He's a person with a great humor, and he has for me, in my personal opinion, he is the biggest musician that we've had till date in our state. That is my opinion, and one of the main reasons why I state this is because I feel he is the only one in Aglan who can sell an entire stadium. Not like a stadium, we don't have a but like a proper venue, like a local ground, for example, packed attendance just of him and himself alone. So METHANEILIE, the name will draw that kind of crowd. That's how big he is. Now I can honestly say that I am not such a big fan of his because simply for the fact that I don't know much of his songs, and also because obviously my taste of music and my genre is in a totally different lane. But there are some things I know for sure, and one is that while growing up, we heard his name all the time. His name was it was almost like the stuff of legends. And like I mentioned earlier about the sold out packed stadiums or grounds and venues, we used to hear stories about how if you had a concert in whichever place, neighboring villages, village councils would arrange buses so that their villagers could en masse go and attend the concert of his and stuff like that. So he was a big deal, and definitely a big deal during the 80s and the 90s. He was the man. He was the act. Gradually, late post 2000s, I guess he did start not being so active, in the sense he still does concerts, still date also, but not maybe as active as he was before. He got into, he started his music career, or at least he recorded his first album coincidentally in the same year as my birth year, which is 1984. So he recorded this album in the mid 80s, and like I said, he's been ruling the stage since the 80s and the 90s. And he has this staggering collection of 250 plus recordings. That itself is a big feat. But then out of the 250 recordings that he has 187 of them are totally his own, his own original compositions, songs written by him, composed by him. So I want to wrap up this, this shout out, this special edition shout out, with a story, a very interesting story. And that story is actually how this story is about how the idea of this this special edition shout out came to be. So just very recently, when I was talking with a previous guest of mine, Ayano, who was on the shout out podcast very recently, so we were just texting, and she was telling me about how METHANEILIE and his family had come over to visit her. And to my very pleasant surprise, and I was really shocked when I heard, when she told me that, like they had gotten to know about Ayano, about her through the Shoutout podcast. And apparently, Methaneilie and his family, I don't know if you can call them fans, but like, apparently they watch the podcast regularly. So I was very thrilled and excited when I heard that, like him being a legend and all. It was shocking, obviously, and I was so happy to hear that. And after that, we got on to discussing about a few things. And one of the things I found out after that was that METHANEILIE launched, like I said, he was very big in the 80s and 90s, and then he stopped doing so much music like actively as before. And this was all, mind you, pre social media era, pre even the internet boom. So this was like very old school. And then just recently, I found out that he has launched his YouTube music channel, and it was just launched in December of last year, so 2020. So just a few months. It's been a few months only. So one of our legends, has launched his music channel, YouTube music channel, just a few months ago. So I went on and checked it out, and I was, like happy to see some of the classics. Most of the videos there are like, throwback videos, so like videos that were recorded of him performing way back. I know it's just been a few months. It's very new, his YouTube channel, and but I was quite shocked to see that it had very few subscribers. So the two reasons why I decided on doing this special edition Shoutout podcast was, one, obviously, to pay our respects and tribute to the legend himself, METHANEILIE, and to give him his flowers and to let him know that he is appreciated and respected, and we acknowledge him. That is one. And also, thank you for watching the podcast. And two is because we wanted to make a push, like our platform is also just a small platform, but we wanted to request the audience and also like urge every one of you who's watching to go visit his channel. I mean, we'll put up the links as usual of his channel, YouTube channel, and then to go subscribe, share with your friends, everyone, and let's do our bit in putting, giving a legend the platform he deserves. Let's make it blow up big, and let it cross our borders, our state borders, and even go international, reach like international fan bases. And also for the people back home, the elder generation who are fans of his, they get a platform where they can go and access his songs and reminisce about the good old days. And also for the younger generation who have no idea about who he is. So yeah, that's what we were trying to do with this. The two things: first of all, respect and our appreciation to the legend METHANEILIE, and secondly, a request to every one of you who's watching to unitedly, make his YouTube channel blow up as big as it can be. And that's a wrap.